It's a total honour to be here. Again, less intimidating than it was last year. I'm used to the space now and all the friendly faces in it. So, has anyone here heard of John Keats? Oh, I got a few people, there's not going to be a test, it's fine. Anyone heard of his poem, To Autumn? Some of you have. For those of you that haven't, you might have heard bits of it. It's the one that goes, season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of the maturing sun, conspiring with him how to load and bless with fruit that round the thatch eaves run. And the rest of the poem continues in this vein, and it uses this flowery, very romantic language of a pastoral idyll to explore the seasons and the inherent mutability of life. And when I had this commission and I was beginning to write my poem, I decided I wanted to borrow this language and transpose it into the urban landscape in which we live today in Bristol, and use it to explore Bristol as a city that is constantly shifting its capacity to encompass change and to endure hardship, and to withdraw into itself when necessary before springing out again, renewed later. I think autumn is a perfect time to think about resilience. Everywhere, the flowers and the fruits are fading and dropping, and the leaves are starting to change colour, and the nights are drawing in, it's getting cold, we're wearing jumpers, it's raining, if summer feels a long way away, and we just have to keep on holding on in the knowledge that it will come back, because the world can be quite a hard place sometimes, but we keep on keeping on. People have been living here in this city for over 650 years, doing their best to shape it into something beautiful and livable for them and their families and their families' families. And out of rot, we have to hold on to the fact that there always comes renewal. And in another 650 years, who knows what shape this place will be in. So in these turbulent and difficult times, I wanted to give you an autumn poem that honours the resilient spirit of our city and all the people who live in it, which includes all of you here in this room today. And it's called To Bristol in Autumn, after John Keats. If the year was our digestive biscuit, we'd only have a mouthful left, barely enough to dunk. We're down to crumbs, and frankly, this season has been cooked too long. Now change hums loud as bees. Wasps argue in your alley, drunk on rot, and last year's crop of students spread their leaves and watch the seedlings sway. Yes, you can be beautiful. We've all watched the silvered mists festoon your bridges, Sunday walked beneath crisp skies studded with balloons. But this is no pastoral, and these days we bring the bins in, not the sheaves. Even your squirrels look stressed and clutch their nuts protectively. And it's hard to feel mellow when so many harvests are so lean. But we are gleaners, plucking treasure from the winnowed husks of shops. We find fruitfulness in decay, kindle sparks behind locked shutters, and light up your streets again. Winter is a stranger sitting too close on the train. Rent and fuel bills creep, but we hold tight to possibilities, to the spring inside the soil, to the friend we don't yet know. We don't stand still. We stream through brand new stations, eddy around closed bridges, map the flow of our migrations, how the marks of our desire lines shift and fade. Your pavements are grazed by flocks of scooters now, your soundtrack scored by the rattle as we race them up your hills. Bristol, do you remember horse-drawn carriages? your roads unpaved, unlit. You're still maturing. 650 years old, you're not exactly young, but you carry your centuries lightly. You've grown stylish as you've aged. And today you wear the sun low and casual, tugged across your greying sky. Sit down. Let's talk about nothing very important. Let's watch the gulls conspiring with the pigeons to steal crisps. Let's make a list of all the tiny movements in your symphony. As days sigh with relief and sink into your harbour, let's speak of legacy, of how a black child living in a city built by slavers learns to see himself reflected in the face of his elected mayor. How he slips on that knowledge each morning with his school shoes and walks it into his future. We mulch our present, use it to fertilise our tomorrows. And despite the rutted tarmac, the withered bus routes, the loads too heavy to lift sometimes, we're still here. And whether blitzed or burnt or battered by inflation, we determined pips shelter in your core and wait for the weather to turn. Sometimes we step up, break new ground, then step away. Sometimes we lie fallow, bless the quiet earth whispering promises as we unspool. We dug ourselves from lockdown's rubble, filled our hearts' echoing vaults with golden hour chat with pixelated friends, our families origamied into screams. But chaos scatters unknown fruit. Some fires leave us standing amid shoots of unexpected green. Planted in our gardens of solitude, the chat groups flourished, reached tendrils through concrete into silent flats, carried our neighbours' voices on their laden vines. Your streets are still entwined. Our conversations glow like fireflies in our cupped hands. We know that no harvest is certain. We know the year will call last orders soon, that soon we'll have to stretch, prepare for action for another waltz around the sun, but don't clear our plates just yet. Let's taste this windfall moment. Listen to life ricochet from rented bedroom windows, scratch with sparrows in the eaves, drip from broken gutters. Fill us with your music, Bristol. Give us space to come undone. Then wind our clockwork up again. Set us on your streets and watch us run. Thank you so much.